Check, 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 check. Check, check. Are we live? Are we live? We are live. Hey, yo, what is up, everybody? What's going on? It's your girl, Jay. It is Friday evening, and we are live today. What's going on, everybody? It is the 4th of July. There's a holiday. I understand people might be out, so hopefully the people check it out on the replay. Because the show must go on. This is the time I have available, and this is what we're going to do. So we're going to talk recaps. We're going to talk about some of the rookies. We're going to get in some news around the dub, and then we're going to get out of here, and y'all can go enjoy your holiday, or if you're watching this after the holiday, you can go enjoy the rest of your day. But we are going to talk about those things. So let's go ahead and get into it without further ado. Hold on, y'all. My glasses are dirty. I cannot. Hold on. I'm sorry. I cannot go on with that spot on my glasses because it's bothering me. So we're going to clean these glasses off real quick. I don't know if I made it worse or not, but this is what we got. Okay. Today, I forgot to tell you. I mean, I showed y'all, if y'all were with me earlier, y'all saw that I got my Me Bounds shirt in. So as you can see, Me Bounds, Rebounds, Key Bounds, She Bounds, He Bounds, anything that come off the glass is mine. Shout out to Angel and her merch. I got that in the mail today. I said I would wear it today. So shout out to Angel and her Me Bounds. Go ahead and get that bag. Portions of purchases of any Me Bound merch goes to her foundation, their initiative to help battle cyberbullying. So it's always a cause in there at the same time. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into the recap of last week's games. And again, always go from Friday to Thursday. So if we back it on up like a U-Haul truck and go back to last Friday, which was the day before my birthday. Shout out to me and my birthday. Let's see. We had a lot of games. So let me go ahead and get to my why is it there? Okay, there we go. There we go. Get into these scores. So Friday, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The W has really been, and we've talked about this before, the W has really been going crazy on the schedules. This week in particular, this past week, we had all these games on Friday, all these games on Sunday. Commissioner's Cup was on Tuesday, no games on Wednesday, and a bunch of games on yesterday. None today. Obviously, it's a holiday, but whatever. The way that they're packing it, I don't really understand, but okay. I guess there's a lot of logistics that go on when you're making a schedule. So, I guess it is what it is. So Friday, we had Minnesota take on Atlanta. Minnesota did win 96-92. A couple of the high performers. Atlanta had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people in double digits, but they still did not have enough to take down Minnesota. You had Brianna Jones with 18 and 8. Alicia Gray was 17 and 8. Brittany Griner 16-7, Ryan Howard 15-6, Jordan Canada 14-3, Naz Hillman with 10-8. You also had that was it over there. But it wasn't enough, like I said, to take over Minnesota. Minnesota was led by 4 players in double digits. You had Collier Nafisa with 26-7. She also had six assists and 1 steal and 2 blocks. You know, the lady is usually super efficient and she fills up a stat line. So shout out to Collier. Hey, Tulip. Tulip's in the house. What's going on? Welcome to the show. Thank you for popping in with me from across the pond. I really appreciate you. Kayla McBride had 18 points, 3 rebounds. Courtney Williams, 16 points, 2 rebounds, 8 assists, though. And Bridget Carlton had 14 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. Bridget Carlton also was 4 for 4 from 3. So that was Minnesota and Atlanta. Then we had Indiana taking on Dallas Wings, and Dallas lost that game. Indiana won 94-86. On Dallas, Paige Beckers, 27 points, 1 rebound, 6 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 50% from the field. I mean, what else does she need to do? Arike, 15 points, 1 rebound. Isaiah James, 14 points, 1 rebound. We're going to get into Isaiah James a little bit later because Zaza went on a heater yesterday. But on Indiana was led by Kelsey Mitchell, 32 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists. Aaliyah Boston, 21 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Natasha Howard, 15 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists. I mean, they're assisting everything. Also 3 steals. Ari, I think it's Ari McDonald, 13 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists. And that's how you win the game, 94-86. Tulip says, do I watch any other leagues? I watch some NBA when it's on. I'm not that big on football, but I'll watch it. And if I'm at home on Sundays, I think it comes on Sunday, Monday, and Thursday. I'll watch it if it's on. I don't have anything else to do. I watch some tennis, although I haven't been watching Wimbledon. Coco's out anyway in the first round. I watch sports. I don't watch it enough to be passionate about it. You know, I'm passionate about women's basketball. Tulip says, Paige, Zaza, AZ, and AZ is Dallas' future. Time to trade Arike for Leah Edwards. We shall see. Speaking of that, I mean, I will say we're going to get into it, but I might forget. But that's crazy. Not crazy. It's not unexpected, but, you know, news that they are looking to trade Leah Edwards from Washington to somewhere. I thought she would go to Dallas, but they picked somebody up. I thought she might end up in Vegas. They just waived somebody, so I don't know if that's a possibility. She could end up there. Don't know where she's going to end up. I know with Kiki and Sony being there, it's kind of hard to utilize her the way that she needs to be utilized. So hopefully she goes to a team that she can play, you know, very well at. Then we had the next game, Chicago versus the Valkyries. Now listen here, we lost this game 83-78, right? But we didn't play bad. I was for sure that the Valkyries was going to eat us up, chew us up, spit us out. The way that they have been playing, I was like, ain't no way. They have too many shooters. We don't have enough shooters. We're going to get like just annihilated. And we didn't. It was actually a pretty close game until the very end. Like, this was one of the first games where we didn't get blown out. We lost 78-83. That's only 5 points. That game was very winnable for us. We had some good plays and some good output from some of our people, but it just wasn't enough. And plus, Valkyries were not shooting well. They couldn't find a basket. So that was our perfect opportunity to try to win, but it didn't work out that way. So Chicago was led by Ariel Atkins, 20 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. I love a full stat line. Angel Reese, 17 points, 18 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block. Kia Nurse, 17 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. And Rachel Banham, 11 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. We know that Camilla at that point, still is. I think she's playing. If she hasn't already played, she's playing right now. Camilla is in Chile playing for the Brazilian national team. The Sparks game on Sunday was her last game, which we didn't get to. Wait a minute. Was Camilla there? No, Camilla was not there. That Sunday's game was the last time she was there. We already talked about that game. I forgot they played the Sparks again. I was mixing up my days. Tulip says, I think Aaliyah should fight for her place. Kiki has not been good recently. Fight, girl, don't quit. I mean, I don't think she has a choice in the matter. I mean, she is at the mercy of that front office, and if they decide they want to keep Kiki over her, is nothing that she can really do. Hey, great benefactor, thanks for being here. I appreciate you. On Golden State, they also had 4 in double digits. Kayla Thornton, who's been killing it lately, 29 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. She hit 4 threes. Tip Hayes, 13 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. Kate Martin, 11 points. She's been balling too. Kate Martin, 11 points, 3 rebounds. And Caitlin Chin, who has been a rising star ever since she got brought back to the Valkyries. She had 10 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. And she was 100% from 3 with that one 3. Happy 4th. I forgot to say happy 4th to you, everyone that celebrates it. I don't, but happy 4th. And I hope you guys, go out and celebrate or do whatever it is that you do on the 4th. I'm surprised the people on my street aren't like going crazy with the fireworks yet. I know it's still light out, so maybe that's what they're waiting on. But usually by now I'll hear some kind of popping going off. I haven't heard anything yet. Tiffy, what's going on? Welcome in. Next game we had New York taking on Phoenix, and Phoenix whooped. I want to say whooped, but yeah, they kind of did. Whooped New York 106-91. New York was led by Stewie with 17 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. Niara Sabli, 16 points, 6 rebounds. Natasha Cloud, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal. Maureen Johannes, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals. She's a dangerous person. I don't know if y'all know about Maureen Johannes. She's dangerous. This lady probably has the most one-legged 3-point shots in the history of the W. I don't even know how she makes her shots. Her feet are never set. It's never something where she's like waiting for the ball. Like she gets the ball, and as she's running to the other side, she just like floats and shoots the ball. I don't know how she does it, but she's super dangerous. So for her to have a stat line like this is crazy. How many threes did she have? She had 3 threes. And then Kennedy Burke, 10 points, 2 rebounds. And then you had Izzy off the bench. Izzy, former Chicago Sky, had 10 points and 5 rebounds. I see AJ is in the house. What's going on, AJ? Welcome in. Thanks for being here. Appreciate y'all. On Phoenix, Phoenix was led by Satu Sabli with 25 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. She did hit 2 3-pointers. Alyssa Thomas, 17 points, 9 rebounds, 15 assists. 15 assists. Now, I don't know if some of y'all who didn't watch the W don't know about Alyssa Thomas. Alyssa Thomas is the original triple-double and double-double queen of the WNBA. Like, she still holds the record, if I'm not mistaken, for the most. I'm sorry, I got to fix oh my God, what's going on with my hair? For the most double-doubles in a season. I want to say, oh, it slipped my mind, 26 or 28. I think it might be 20. It might be 28. I have to look. It was the season 2020. Where we at? 25, 24. It was 2023, if I'm not mistaken, is when she broke the record for the most double doubles. She also broke the record for the most triple doubles in the season. AT is that girl. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. She seems like she's not doing a lot, but she does a lot. She can score. Obviously, she can pass. She can run an offense because that's what she's been doing since she's been in Phoenix. She is literally the point forward for that team. They were on a winning streak after she came back from being injured. Like, the lady does it all. Quietly too. Like, sometimes she goes off, but most of the time you don't even realize she's scoring and doing as much as she's doing until you look at the box score. But anyway, 17 points, 9 rebounds, 15 assists, shooting 63 from the field. Sammy Whitcomb, another dangerous person, another dangerous shooter. Sammy is another one. Just imagine what I said about Maureen Johannes and take away the one-legged shot. Anywhere, anytime, almost consistently, because this last game she wasn't great, but almost consistently, Sammy Whitcomb is going to come in and just shoot the lights out. Like, you can't do anything. You cannot. It's so hard to guard a three anyway. But when you have someone that's like a sharpshooter, someone who is so quick with it, that barely needs a screen, barely needs anything, like, just give her the ball. If she has a tiny bit of space, she's going to chunk it up there and it goes in almost every single time. Dangerous. Those players are dangerous. That's how, what was it? A couple of weeks ago when Chicago played Phoenix, we were winning 14 points up, I believe. What killed us? Sammy Whitcomb and those freaking threes. Because she can do that. Next thing you know, in 2 minutes, we're down because they're just shooting threes left and right. And once you get her going, you can't really stop her. But yeah, Sammy is another one that is very dangerous. Latsa had 13 points, and then Kalia Copper 12 points, 4 rebounds. Great benefactor said dangerous is referring to Marine. Tulip says that AT is a basketball genius. AT, they don't call her the engine for nothing. Like, I've not seen anything like it. Like, it's like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like she's moving in slow motion, but if you get in front of her, she will shoot you she will shoot you across the the floor, like across the court. You cannot, like, once she's going, you can't stop her. It's nothing, again, there's some players out there, ain't nothing you can do. Ain't nothing you can do. You can just gotta try to take the charge or maybe get hurt in the process, or you let her go. Because it is like she has a science down. I watch her. She has like a science of exactly where the ball is going to come off the backboard. She uses the backboard like perfectly, like every single time. It's like she knows how to just toss that ball up there where it's going to hit off the backboard and go right into the basket every single time, through contact, uncontested, whatever it is. Like, it's going to go in. It's crazy to see. Crazy to see. Tulip says she's not slow. She's just nonchalant. Whatever you call it. I don't mean slow like she's not into it. Like, she, obviously, the girl has a lot of power behind. She just looks like she's moving slow. It's kind of like when you look at a plane in the sky. The plane that you're looking at looks like it's going slow, but it's going hundreds of thousands of miles, or however fast the plane goes. Don't get me the line because I don't know nothing about that. But the plane is actually going faster than what your eye can really pay attention to. And that's kind of how it feels with AT. It just she doesn't seem to be moving fast, but she is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do anything with her. That's what I mean by that. Tulip says AT court mapping is elite. Hey, Donna. Thanks for being here. Donna says that one-legged shot is definitely Marine's patented move. Amazing. Yeah, Marine used to get us. The reason I know about Marine's one-legged three-point shot so well is because when my Aces were going up against New York, the season where they only lost 6 games, and we ended up going to the final. No, that wasn't that year. It was which year did we won both years? I can't remember. Okay, let me just say the last championship. The last championship that they got in 2023 when we had to play New York. I want to say that was the year we only missed 6 games. I could be wrong, can't remember. But Marine was lighting our asses up like every time. It's like you could not, nobody could guard her. Literally, she can be sitting on the bench and throw up a 3 and it'll go in. It's just, she's crazy. She's crazy. I don't understand. Let me see. Tulip says she's deceptively quick. I feel you. Yeah. Hey, Quita, what's going on? Quita's in the house. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's just AT. Right. AT is, she's like a superhero for real. Thanks for being here, Quita. I appreciate you. Jay Royalty has entered. Quita saying hi. I hop on and Jay talking about planes. Listen. I have to find a way to describe some of these players in my own way, and that's how I describe AT. AT is an airplane in my eyes. Tulip says, forget Marine J. We have Q in the building. I see Quita. Me and Quita go back. I see Quita, the queen of the internet. I always appreciate Quita. I've been a subscriber of Quita since she had like maybe 300 or 400 followers, and now she's at, I don't even know the number she's at, over 30,000. So I'm so proud of Quita and everything that she does. And she always shows me love as well. So I'm happy to have her here for as long as she's in the chat. So thank you for coming through, Quita. Jonathan is in the house. Hey, Jonathan. All right, let's get back to these scores. Where did we leave off? We were talking about Phoenix and New York. Then we had Connecticut, my poor babies, Connecticut and Seattle. Connecticut puts up a good fight. Connecticut does, And I, first of all, shout out to my girl, Anissa Morrow, because in spite of them losing every game that they play, my girl is getting her reps in. She's getting her minutes in. She's the leading scorer. She's been the leading scorer of her team the past 3 or 4 games, like maybe a couple in the middle she didn't get, but she has been so consistent for her team when given the minutes. I think I was talking to Summer and we figured out like when she plays more than 15 minutes, she balls out, like literally balls out. And it don't matter who is up against, she plays with such heart and such grit. I was just listening to a podcast, Lisa Leslie's podcast today, and Anissa Morrow is a guest on there, and they were just talking about that. And Lisa was like encouraging her, telling her like, I understand, like, not that Anissa said anything, but just from Lisa knowing basketball and knowing how things go, she was just telling her, I understand how it is when you get on a team and maybe you don't get the minutes and you're coming off the bench and you just got to be ready when your name is called and, stay ready. And when you are in a game, you got to do what you can to make a difference. And I want you to stay encouraged and never give up and always have the right attitude and understand that where you start is not where you end up. Make sure you pay attention, like, do your research, look at some of these other players and how they started and where they are now. Just keep going. And that's the attitude that Anissa had as she was answering these questions. Like, look, I'm just putting my head down and grinding. She even said, like, I had different goals going into the W than I do now. Like when I was in college, saying when I was going to the W, these are things that I want to do. Now I had to pivot a little bit and change those, and not necessarily bring her expectations down, but she was just saying like, you know, it's now I want to be better on defense. I want to be able to guard 1 through 5 or 1 through 4. I want to do better face-up game, whatever it is. She was like naming these different things other than when she came in, she thought she was just going to, you know, because I heard an interview before she went to the W. She wanted to go to a team where she starts right away and she's playing all these minutes. And, you know, she did have an injury. But for her to do what she's been doing, and I'm going to get on my soapbox because if y'all don't know, I love me some Anisha Morrow. But for everything that she's going through, I know that she's going to come out better on the other side, and she just works hard. I've seen her play a little bit against New York. I've seen her play against the Fees. I've seen her play against the ATs, and even though they call her undersized, like she never stops. She's grabbing those rebounds. She's shooting threes. You know what I'm saying? Like she'll shoot some middies, shoot some threes if she can't get into the paint. She's just really gritty, and she's not giving up, and I love it. And I cannot wait for, you know, for her to grow with this team, or if she goes to another team, grow with that team. Same thing Lisa said, like whether it's on this team or you go to another team at some point in your career, if you stay at it, I know you're going to be amazing. So shout out to Lisa for, you know, having her on there and then also giving her words of encouragement. Getting back to some of these comments, Quita says, Jay, you always fam. Always got to hop on when I can. Thank you so much. Donna says, love JSpot and Quita, women's basketball content royalty. Oh, thank you. I ain't no royalty. It's just, I'm just the homegirl that talks sports a little bit. Tulip says, Jay, you being polite. Son get blown out every game. Listen, we wasn't talking about, I said my babies. I pivoted from talking about Connecticut to talking about Anissa. I want to focus on something positive. Quita says AM as in Anissa Morrow is really the perfect situation. Is in the perfect situation. She would have a hard time seeing minutes on a good team, but with the Sun, we could see her play and develop in real time. Sometimes being on a bad team is a blessing in disguise. Tulip says facts. Q is good for the Rooks to get playing time. Bad for Mabry though. Jonathan says J-Spot with this 1 week off from the sky, what should they do to keep improving Angels game to stay consistent? What should they do? I mean, they just got to keep practicing. I mean, I always felt like the more chemistry you have on a team, the better things are going to go. And I think we're starting to see it. Obviously, Angel and Camilla's chemistry is growing game by game. They had the opportunity to play, obviously, last year. But if you think about it, they only played, what was the math? 32 games? No. 28 games together last season out of 40 games because Camilla got hurt in the beginning, Angel got hurt in the end. So they didn't even get a full season to play together. And then the fact that they were hurt, it wasn't like they could practice together either. So we're starting to see what happens when you get that chemistry. And the thing they have going for them is that they kind of know each other, obviously, from college, like going off of what they've been playing each other since high school. So they kind of know each other. That's a benefit. Even though they haven't played together very long, they have that familiarity with each other. They kind of know. But every rep they get in together, you're starting to see it. So I think that's what's happening with the team. So the team just has to stay tight, run some plays, practice some real plays. You know what I'm saying? You can't really simulate in-game situations, but Angel's good. Angel's good. Angel's going to keep working on herself. All her skills that she's had since high school up through college are still going to continue to shine through as she's adding other things to her game. It's just going to come with time. But Angel's we don't have to say it. Angel's a dog. And she's going to find ways to win and find ways to help her team. So I don't know if it's anything particular they need to be doing other than working on the chemistry of the team as a whole, because Angel's gonna be okay. Tulip says, Jay, have you seen the first episode of WNBA Rookie Series that started a couple of days ago? I almost cried when they showed Sanaya kissing photos of her mom. I did not watch that whole thing yet. I did see the clips. That was kind of a little rough to see, because, you just feel, I don't want to say feel sad for her, because I'm sure she doesn't want us to feel sad or bad for her, but it's got to be tough. One of the best things that happened to you happens in your life, and then right after that, probably the worst thing you'll probably ever experience happens to you, and you have to try to navigate how to move on from that. And I'm sure it's not easy. And I did hear her say, I don't know if it was a clip from that or her talking about it some other time, but she was saying, like, it's still days where I literally cry all day. Like, I just want my mom, which is super sad, you know what I'm saying? And she's just happy that she has her teammates around, especially Marina. They spend a lot of time together. A lot of people make jokes about them, but literally that's probably what she needs right now. She needs a distraction. She needs to have fun. She needs to be with someone that's going to allow her to maybe take some of her thoughts away and just have a good time. And, I think Marina is kind of like, probably like an angel in her life that she didn't know she needed until, she met her. And so shout out to Marina for being there. And also, Anissa said the same thing on the podcast about having Marina around. Like, she's very encouraging and stuff like that. So yeah, I didn't get to see it. I will watch it, but it's pretty, I can only assume it's pretty hard to deal with that. She said her mom is always with her. I was tearing up. Yeah, I'm sure it was sad. Quita says, Marina is having a good time with these rooks. Sanaya is keeping her young. These TikTok videos are hilarious. Yeah, I don't catch the lives, but man, the clips, the one where she was teaching her how to act in church. Ooh, I was cracking up. That one, and the one where they were role playing, where Marina was being what they call her, Stud Rena, and Sanaya was being Fem Raya or whatever they called each other. But that had me in tears. I love watching them. They're pretty funny. Tiffy says the rookies are out playing the vets. All teams with too many old guards are looking slow and horrible. Chicago fumbled the draft. Dallas is looking like a playoff team. I mean, they're looking good. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, we're gonna get into it once I get to that score. But I just watched that game last night. That was like, for you to beat the number 3 team like that in that fashion. We'll get to it though. Tulip says at least she saw her baby get drafted though. Beautiful final memories. Yep. Tiffy says, Jay, where do you think Edwards gets traded to? I think Seattle could really use her. I don't know about Seattle. I mean, I'm always selfish, so I want her on the Aces. I do. I think she'd be great playing along Asia. I know we have Nalissa Smith now, so that kind of put a wrench in what I wanted. But I could see her. I could also see her in Dallas. I'm trying to think what teams could really, really use her. I never thought about Seattle, but I'm going to just say Dallas right now. I don't know. Who does Minnesota need anybody? No, I think they have like Carlton and Atlanta Smith, so maybe not. But I don't know. It was between Dallas and Vegas for me. Tiffy says, how much help does Asia need? Aces need Kennedy. Aces need everybody. My aces are so... I didn't watch that game. I was flying, but I wasn't going to watch it anyway. But aces need... We need for those of you that believe in prayer, we need a prayer circle around my aces, and so we can figure out what we need to do, because right now it's crazy. What I think will help the aces tremendously is not something that I really want to see happen. But if ever if it ever came to it that Jeff decided to be crazy and break up my skyscrapers, the Aces would be able, having Camilla on the Aces would literally change things. Literally. We still need guards. We still need guards to shoot because right now the guards are the issue, but you also have a center who is really only good at defense and not good at offense and won't even really try to do anything offensively. So when defense is playing against the Aces, they literally can leave her alone and double Asia or double anybody else that they want to. She's an offensive liability. If you have someone in Camilla who's, if I'm not mistaken, she's averaging 11 or 12 points a game. I think she's like 8 or 9 rebounds a game. I think the rebounds obviously will go up because nobody really, Asia rebounds, but she don't really want to a lot of the times. I think Camilla would get more rebounds on the Aces. But I think having Camilla, and then my other pick for the Aces is Rikia. If we can get Rikia and Camilla in my fantasy world, that would tremendously change what the Aces are doing. Not just those two. We need other people. We need to we need to clear the board. We need a full rebuild. But the big pieces, Camilla and Rikia, I think would definitely spread the floor or allow Asia to work without having to carry the team. I think that's where I would start, but that's just me. Aces are down bad. At least the lottery teams have a young core. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Aces haven't had any picks in the past couple of years, and then the one first round pick they traded it. So I don't really know what's going on. Tulip says the Aces aren't that smart. Jay, they didn't trade for Aaliyah. Instead, they gave their pick to Dallas to get her, to get Liz, you mean? Instead, Kennedy would definitely help. If Kennedy could come back to the league, I said Kennedy to the Aces last season or before this season started when I realized Kennedy wasn't coming back to Chicago. I said put Kennedy on the Aces. I don't know if they'll do that, if they'll pick her up. That could change some things. Jonathan says, all I could say about Jeff trying to celebrate Angel and Camilla, I wish you would. Jeff, I don't trust all the ways. I don't know what decisions they're thinking about making or whatever. I say you cannot break them up. You don't break them up unless they want to be broken up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you let them play because they're only going to get better together. They just need a good supporting cast, which it looks like is starting to happen for them, and will be one of the most dominant front courts in the WNBA. It can work, but I never know with that guy. Free Kennedy, man. Kennedy is living it up in Mexico. She's on her way to her finals. So Kennedy, I ain't saying she ain't thinking about the W, but I don't think she's thinking about the W right now. She is living her best life, signing people's boobies and all this other stuff over in Mexico, having a good time. We got sidetracked. Connecticut and Seattle. So Seattle, Connecticut was led, where we at? Yeah, was led by none other than Anissa Morrow. Anissa had 20 points, 11 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. She hit, did she hit any? She hit 2 threes. She was 100%, 2 for 2, 64% from the field. Again, I can't say enough about Anissa Morrow. Then you had Bria Hartley with 19 and 4, JC Sheldon 15 and 4, and then Olivia Nelson-Adota 12 and 6. We go to Seattle. Skylar is a superstar. Skylar 24 points, 1 rebound, 5 assists, 1 steal. Gabby Williams 16 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. I think she was close to getting a record that night. NECA had 16 points, 4 rebounds, 1 steal. Ezzy had 12 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. And Malonga had 11 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block. We don't hear that much about Dominique Malonga. I think she's still trying to get her groove, also trying to get minutes in and stuff like that. I'm still waiting on her to dunk on somebody. We shall see if that if that happens. I know Rakia was like, please don't dunk on me. The next game, which I don't have a slide for because they didn't post one, Sunday or Saturday on my birthday, shout out to my birthday. We only had one game. That was Washington against Dallas. Such a good game. Dallas ended up winning that game 79-71. Top scorer on Washington was Sonia Citron, my other rook from Notre Dame. 22 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks. She hit 3 threes, 40% from the field. Shakira Austin, 18 points, 3 rebounds. Shooks Sutton, 12 points, 1 rebound. You had Dallas, their top performers were JJ Quinterly, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Isaiah James, Zaza as they call her, 15 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block. Arike had 14 and 2, and then Hines Allen had 13, 6 and 5, and a 3 and a 1 and a partridge and a pear tree. They ended up taking out Washington. Then we move. Oh, hold on. Tulip says, Jay, I dropped Skylar edit on my channel after her game winner last night. Oh, I love me a game winner by Skylar from watching. I got spoiled from watching her and Unrivaled hit all those game winners. Jonathan says, Nalissa's not a bad player. She just don't have that dog in her. So Aaliyah Edwards to the Aces would have been better for the Aces. I think Nalissa can play. I think we can't go off of last night. Her first game there, she barely had any practice time with them. I don't know if she's the type of player that can just come in off the plane and just make changes. You know what I'm saying? Like do anything spectacular for the team like right away. I think it's going to take a minute for her to get settled with the team. But I think she'll be okay. I mean, you have to be honest. Nobody played well last night. Like, not one person got over 6 points. And it wasn't just Nalissa. It was everybody on that team besides Asia Wilson. We went from the Sun to Kennedy. Yeah, we did. We jump around up over here, you know? Jonathan says, trade Camila Cardoso and Angel Reese to the Aces for 3 or 4 first-round picks. Look, I'm down with that. That's another idea I had in my fantasy world, but I know that will never, ever happen, that they would trade both of them to the same team. Now, they may end up on the same team again if they're ever broken up. They might end up on the same team through trades or moving around later on in their career. I don't see anybody. Chicago definitely will not trade both of them. That won't happen. But I would love, if I can get them on my Aces with Asia, I mean, all my favorite players on one team, bring Anissa too. Bring Anissa. Let's just have me an all-star team put together. I would love that. Let me take that off. Next, we had Sunday's games. So Sunday's games were, we had New York New York lost to Atlanta 90-81. Top performers, Stewie had 21. Natasha Cloud had 20 and 4. Saab had 14 and 4, and Kennedy Burke had 11 points. Then we had from Atlanta, Bree Jones, 21 points, 6 rebounds. Alicia Gray, 20 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. Jordan Canada, who's been balling lately, 15 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, and 2 steals. You had BG with 14 and 4, also 3 assists. And then you had Naz Hillman, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Another game where it's like a ton of team assists. Shout out to them for beating New York. New York has now lost 5 games at that point. Then we had such a great day. Such a great game. Chicago versus Los Angeles Sparks. And I don't care when people say, well, they only played the Sparks. I don't care who they play. They could play Connecticut. They could play the Sparks. They can play New York. I don't care. who they play. When my Barbie does what she did on that Sunday, that's what I love about Chicago ball. When they play with heart, when they play with energy, it's usually led by Angel, but when they play with that, they don't lose. They don't lose. It's something about like the energy in the air, the momentum they have going. You get the crowd into it. Your teammates are all cheering. You're getting the calls that you need. Like, it just seems like everything works out. But Chicago did beat the Los Angeles, Sparks, 92-85. Kelsey Plum had 22 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals. De'Erica had 20 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals. Azare had 17 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 3 blocks, 54% from the field. I had to just shout her out because she's a Rose. She hit 3 threes. Again, Azare, when you come back to the Rose, if you're a part of the Rose next season, I'm going to need all those threes you've been shooting all season. I'm going to need that. Same thing with Lexi. I may not watch your games, but I be looking at the box scores, and I see you. I see you, Lexi. So when we come back to the Rose, I'm going to need those performances. No more missed shots. No more missed shots. Then we go to Chicago. Chicago was led by the Barbie, Angel Reese, 24 points, 16 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 52.6% from the field. Let me say that again. 52. Do I got an echo? Hold on. Because I got some voice. I may not have. Here we go. 52.6% field goal percentage. 52.6 field goal percentage, Angel Reese. I just wanted to put that out there just in case people like to clip stuff and put stuff out there. Ariel Atkins, 20 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. Kia, I'm so extra. Kia Nurse, 14 points, 2 rebounds. Rachel Banham, 13 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists, 1 steal. E. Will got in the game, 12 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals, 2 blocks. Yeah, we killed it. I'm so sorry. We killed it. We shot 48.5% from the field. That's some of the best basketball that we've played in a while. Probably one of the best that we've done. We scored, y'all. I just want to point this out. We scored 31 points in the fourth quarter. We scored 21 points in the third quarter. The third and fourth quarters for Chicago have been some of the worst outcomes in the season, in the W this season. Like, we couldn't hold on to a lead. We come out of halftime sluggish, like, I don't know, no energy, trying to fight for our lives without fighting for your life. Like, it was a lot. And these past few games, our third quarters have been dominant. Even though we didn't outscore them in the third quarter, we came to play in the third quarter. That's the biggest thing. Sometimes we don't come to play in the third quarter and they just take a lead and run away with it. And then you have no gas to fight that in the fourth quarter. But the fact that we came to play in the third quarter and then for us to go into the fourth quarter and score 31 points, get out of here. Get out of here. I think led by Angels 11 points, if I'm not mistaken, in the fourth quarter. I love me a fourth quarter Barbie. That's just, I love it. I love it. So shout out to Chicago. Like, that was our last game. We got a full week off. We play on Sunday. I just hope that the momentum is still there. Like, I know you get a little bit of rust when you don't play for a while. July about to turn up. We ain't got time to be playing around. July is a game after game after game, back-to-backs, game after game. You get a couple of days off, then you got 2 more games, and then we ain't got time to play. So I hope they get all the rest, all the practice, whatever they need done this week, because we got to turn the motor up and we got to go. So shout out to Chicago for winning that game. That was just a great game. to watch. Big Girls in the House. What's up, Jaletta? Thank you for coming through. I appreciate it. I dedicated an edit to the Barbie for her Player of the Week performance. I have to go over there. If y'all not subscribed to Tulip, go over there and go check out Tulip Plays. I believe that's the name of the YouTube. Go check her out in her edits. Then we had this wasn't a loss, but it was just we barely got by. Vegas took on Phoenix Mercury 84-81. We just been putting along. I mean, some of the high performers of the Phoenix Mercury, AT had 16 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists. Kai had 15 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Sammy Whitcomb, 14 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 1 steal. Satu, 10 points, 9 rebounds. Then you had Vegas, Asia, who just does Asia things. That's what she does. 26 points, 18 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Aaliyah Nye, thank goodness for her, 16 points, 1 rebound, 1 steal. Jackie Young, 15 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals. Jewel Lloyd in double digits, 10 points, 1 assist. That helped us get over the hump from Phoenix. Then we had Minnesota taking on Connecticut. That was just poor babies. That was just a massacre. Ain't much to say about that. I would just say the high performers again. Anissa Morrow led the team, 16. She got another double-double, 16 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 steals though, 1 block. Nelson Adota, 10 points. That was it. Sanaya Rivers came close with 9 points. That was kind of it on their big output. And then Minnesota, Fee had 23 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks, or 2 steals, 1 block. Kayla McBride, 20 points, 5 assists. Courtney Williams, 12 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals. Heidemann, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 block. Alana Smith had 9 points, 7 rebounds. And then the final game, again, this was crazy. This one was crazy. I don't know if y'all watched this. Golden State versus Seattle. I don't think I've ever seen Seattle play this bad. Seattle had 27% field goal as a team. I don't remember the last time I've seen Seattle play that horribly. Like, Skylar was pissed at that press conference. She was pissed. I mean, Golden State was having their way with Seattle. Nobody could do anything. The basket was closed. I don't think anybody, the only person that had a good field goal percentage was Skylar. And then Erica Wheeler had 33. Everybody else was 30 and under, besides Ezzy. But Ezzy only took a few shots. She was 50%. Skylar had 18, 5, 6. Erica Wheeler, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Zaya Cook, 10 points, 3 rebounds, and then that was it. On the other hand, you had, as Seattle was shooting 27% from the field, you had Golden State Valkyries damn near shooting 50% from the field. They have 48.4% from the field. Tip Hayes, 21 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. They're a shooting team, 3 threes. Burton had 15 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. LA had something to say. I'm here. 15 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. Kate Martin, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 assists. And then they just had production from everybody that was in besides Bree Hall and Bibby. They just literally outplayed Seattle, and they were pissed. at least Skylar was. And then I'm going to get to the Commissioner's Cup in a second. This is the last game. We were just talking about this. Last night's game. So I was flying back from Phoenix last night. So I didn't get the only game I got to see live was New York and LA, only because I was close to LA. So when I was watching the in-flight TV, they're playing local channels. I could see the New York and LA game because they were playing in LA. But I didn't get to see anything else. So I'm literally, and all the games came on almost at the same time. So I can't check scores because I'm not paying for Wi-Fi for the plane. Only thing I can do is text. And so I'm texting Summer like, hey, what's the score? Hey, what's going on? Hey, what are you doing? I take a little nap. I wake up. Okay, who's winning? Who's doing this? And when she was telling me about this game, the Aces game last night, I said, I know you lying. Don't text me no more. I don't want to know nothing else. I'm good. I don't want to know no more about this game. Because what do you mean? What do you mean we're down by like 22 in the second quarter? How is that possible? Who's on the floor? What do you mean by that? The Indiana Fever literally whooped us up and down that court last night. Like I don't recall, and I haven't watched the Aces since they first became the Aces, since like 2018. I haven't watched them that long. But the historians say that number one, the Aces have never had a losing record this much into the season since 2018, since Asia was drafted. That's number one. Number two, they've never had this worse. This is worse the right word to use in this sentence? They never had this bad of a field goal percentage in a game since Becky took over. This has been probably the worst game that I've ever heard of because I didn't watch it and I'm not going to. It's crazy. Asia Wilson had 29 points, only 3 rebounds, which is crazy to me, but 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, 50% from the field. She took 18 shots. She went to the line 13 times, hit 11. She was 84 from the line. And that's it. That's it. That was it. Nobody else on that team. Nobody. Not a starter, not a bench player, not Becky, not the assistant coach. Nobody on that team scored more than 6 points in that whole game. Asia scored 29 points, and I think they said the players scored 24 or 25. The rest of the team? Are you kidding me? Jackie with 6. Nalissa with 4. Aaliyah with 4. Dana with 2. Kia with 2, which is surprising because usually she gets 0. Jewel Lloyd with 2. KB with 2. Chelsea with 2. All game? 30 minutes? 30 minutes? And you scored 2 points? You only had 3 field goal attempts? In 30 minutes? 23 minutes? 25 minutes? I mean, I didn't watch the game. Sometimes you have to watch it to know what's really going on in the game. But 25 minutes, 6 points, and 1 rebound? You took 9 shots? Tell me why in the hell is Dana Evans taking 10 shots and hit 1? Huh? But Jewel Lloyd took 3 shots? Jewel Lloyd took 3 shots. Chelsea Gray took 3 shots. I mean, Aaliyah Nye 5. That's about what she does. And Alyssa Smith just got there. 6 shots. Jackie Young 9 shots. What? Come on. Now, look. Sometimes I don't be buying into that whole like, you know, Asia need to leave. But what? The only person that was in that I could see that was in foul trouble was Nalissa Smith. She had 5 fouls. Chelsea Gray had 3. Jewel Lloyd had 2. Kia Stokes had 1. Dana had 2. Aaliyah Nye had 3. Jackie had 2. Was it okay? Was Indiana's defense that good? Maybe that's what it was. Was Indiana's defense that good that they could only get those shots? Because let me look at the turnovers. 17 turnovers we had. I don't understand. I do not understand. Asia is the best player in the world, right? But she's not Superwoman. There is no reason why Asia Wilson should have to score over half the points in a game, and y'all can't contribute nothing to help her out. Like, what's going on with my aces? I don't get it. Not my 2022-2023 WNBA champions, the team that only lost 6 games in 1 year and only had 4 teams beat them. What? I don't know. I thought I was in the Twilight Zone. I literally thought I was dreaming. I woke up from my nap on the plane and I looked at my phone. I was like, ain't no way. Ain't no way, y'all. Okay, I'm done. I'm done talking about the Aces. Let me see real quick what y'all talking about before I look at what Indiana did. HD TV is in here. What's going on, HD? HD says they need to give Becky them papers in my Usher voice. The bench didn't give them anything. It was just Asia versus the Fever. Tulip says the same thing. It was Asia versus the Fever. Big Girl said nobody. Spoiled Brad is in the house. Hey girl, what's going on? HD says because nobody besides Dana wanted to shoot. Okay, well, we know Dana ain't scared to shoot. Spoiled Brat says Asia should ask for a trade to wake him up. She definitely should. Like she gotta do something because you can't. This is not sustainable. Tulip says everyone else was scared to shoot. Big Girl says they couldn't get no me bounds, no R bounds, no team bounds. Absolutely nothing, just pitiful. I mean, 3 rebounds. I mean, look, Asia did what Asia did. Like I ain't gonna fault her too much. 3 rebounds is crazy to me. At least Nalissa got 7 rebounds, but I mean, what else did you want her to do? she was trying to do everything, obviously, besides rebound. I don't know. HD says Jewel is done. She needs to be moved. Sorry, I lost it. To be moved, and her defense is Basura. Tulip says to HD, she's so bad you added another L to her name. Tulip says Fever's defense is much better without a certain somebody. I heard it's a little bit better over there, playing wise, but I understand she demands a lot of attention. So it probably for the players, they're probably told to just step back and, wait for whatever. You don't have to do that when she's in, but I don't watch them, so I can't speak on that. Tulip says, but also the Aces were just trash. Real Money says the ref tried, but the point difference was too much. They was playing through Asia to their defense though. HD says plus Indiana without that popular vote player defense is great. Jaletta says, to be fair, the rest were not calling fouls for the Aces, just Asia. Okay. Spoiled Brat says Asia always says she don't like rebound. Yeah, she said she don't really like to rebound, except when they play in Chicago, because then she wanna grab everything out there on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you can't. I understand teams though. I understand when you have certain players on the floor that do certain things. If you have someone who's scoring, who's an amazing scorer, your scout is to stop them from scoring, right? When you have somebody like Angel, who is a phenomenal rebounder, whether you're a rebounding team or not, your scout is to stop her from rebounding. So you better get up there and get your arms up. Now you might not get it, but you better get up and get those arms up and try to get those rebounds. And it's driven to them to do that. You know what I'm saying? As their scouts. So I see why teams that don't normally be rebounding really be trying to rebound when Angel's there. So wear that as a badge of honor, Angel, knowing that you're moving the needle. You're making teams want to rebound when they don't normally rebound, because you're out there. Somebody leaked the All-Star players. I was hearing rumblings. It doesn't officially get announced until Sunday. But I do know NECA said in press conference that Skylar was told that day that she made it. So I don't think she was supposed to say that, but she did. And then I saw a couple of other people say Gabby, Angel, AT, of course, Skylar, and I forgot one other person that I saw it. But I don't know. I'm going to wait for the official word because, sidebar, I put out... so I'm on TikTok. If y'all not on TikTok, or if y'all all are on TikTok, feel free to follow me. I need to change. I'm in the process of changing or getting another TikTok for JSpotNetwork, because right now my TikTok is under my podcast name, which is J's Quick 3. So at J's Quick 3 is my TikTok page. So just come over there and follow me anyway. But anyway, I had posted last year the video of when Angel first was told that she was an all-star and she was in the press conference. She was crying and all that stuff, right? It popped up on my on this day thing, like you can repost what you posted a year before, and it was Angel yesterday on July 3rd. That was the day that she was told she was an all-star. They played that game, and so I posted it. Do y'all know on this video, I got like 3,000 views. I have over 100 comments, and like 95 of those comments, no lie, is just bunches of people coming at Angel. Like crazy. And I'm like, do y'all understand this was last year? Like people like are dragging this girl as always in these comments. Like I had to delete some of them because some of them, the funny thing is I responded to some of them and I got a community strike for saying something back, but they didn't get a community strike for saying it. And they were saying some real derogatory stuff about Angel. So I was deleting stuff at that. I still have 8 more comments right now that just popped up on it. People that just hate Angel. I say all that to say, I'm saving some of these comments for when the news really drops that she made it, so I can make a video and put it on TikTok and get at all those people who are like, you didn't get it this year, blah, blah, blah. Why are you an all-star? She's not an all-star. She's not this. I'm just waiting because sometimes I'm a little petty like that. Jaletta says the teacher versus the student. Tulip says we already have a list of 20. We already have a list of 20 officially on WNBA site. Really? Alana Smith. Tulip says hope Hamby makes it. She's always gets done dirty. Real Money says AB turned into prime Tim Duncan. AB's been playing. Like, no shade. Again, I don't watch them, so I can't really speak to it, but I've been seeing the results. And AB has been really doing well. Shout out to her because she did not have a good season last season. It was just a hard transition, I guess she was going through, coming from being rookie of the year and then having to adjust to a lot of stuff. But she has found it this season. Another unrivaled player who has come back to the W bigger and badder than ever. But shout out to AB. So let me get back. Let me get back to where we were. So yeah, that was Indiana. Then another game from last night. Where am I at? We had New York versus LA. I saw that game, like I said, live. Poor LA. LA cannot. So Big Girl says, I'm on your TikTok and the comments are crazy. Right? Do they not know this was last season? They don't know it's last season. They're too busy hating on Angel to even read. I told one person, like, can you read? Because it literally says July 3rd, 2024. What are you talking about? Man, stop playing. What did HD say? Stop playing J-Boog. Aaliyah finally playing with a real PG. I don't watch them, so I can't speak to that. Jonathan says, that happens to me a lot on X. I'm in Twitter jail twice for saying some slick back to these CC stalkers, and X strikes me instead. They are very one-sided and biased. Elon, I call him Elion. Elon should never take over social media site again. Him and Mark Zuckerberg or Zuckerberger. That's a funny name. What's his name? Bootsy calls him Zuckerberger. Needs their social media site stripped away from them. Tulip says CJ Sparks played well first half and then fold in the third quarter every single game. Yeah, I felt bad for the Sparks. They were winning. You were beating New York. And once again, I'd say Chicago was having an issue third and fourth quarter. Sparks have an issue third and fourth quarter, especially the fourth quarter. They allowed New York, I want to say LA was up 9 points somewhere in the third, if I'm not mistaken. And from the third to the end of the fourth, they had turned that around, and I think they were down. They were down by the time the fourth quarter started. And then it just wasn't anything they can do. Sabrina started hitting her threes. Natasha Cloud going to the basket whenever she wants to. It was just Stewie doing what she wants to do. It was crazy. And poor LA just shooting and bricking. They weren't hitting anything. And then they couldn't defend. They couldn't stop New York. And now you got the crowd into it. The crowd's going crazy. I felt so bad for them. They ended up losing that game because you had it. And even with us, they were beating us the last game. We turned around, got them in the third, and then took over in the fourth and just killed them. We did the same thing the second game we played them. Almost everybody that the Sparks have played and lost against, they lose it in the fourth. They just can't hold on to a lead. It's pretty crazy to see. Some of the high performers were Hamby had 25 and 9. Kelsey Plum had 13 and 7. Azare had 12 and 7. Aliman had 10 and 2. We did get Ray Burrell back. It was good to see her. Like I think Tulip was saying, good to see Ray Burrell there. Rakia played, but she didn't really give us a big output. It was 8 and 4. And then you go to New York, Natasha Cloud. I think she had a season high, 23 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal. Sabrina came in, 20 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals. Stewie, 17 points, 14 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. And then you had Burke with 12 points. Just outplayed him. Then we had Seattle and Atlanta. Now, this was a good game. I watched this when I got home, literally watching this at like 11:45 at night. Watched it to the end because Atlanta was killing Seattle. Not killing them, like blowing them out, but they had a pretty big lead on them. And little by little, Seattle just chipping away. I think Alicia Gray got hurt in the end. Something with her foot. I don't know. I think she left the game at the very end. They haven't had word about if she's okay or not. They don't have Ryan Howard. Ryan Howard hurt herself playing against New York. She hurt her arm. But Seattle just kept chipping away. Get down to the end. It's like 34 seconds or something left to go in the game. Skylar takes over and does what she does. And no. That's when they were chipping away. Didn't Skylar got the shot with 3 seconds left in the game, if I'm not mistaken. Skylar just drove to the basket. She was just like, excuse me, and just went to the basket, got those 2 points. They're up by 1 point, and it just wasn't enough time for Atlanta to do anything, and Seattle won. ATL was led by Jordan Canada, who was smoking. Jordan Canada was smoking in yesterday's game. 25 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals. Bree Jones, 18 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. Alicia Gray, 12 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists. Not enough. Because NECA said, I'm here. 24 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, 1 block, 64% from the field. Erica Wheeler, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, 1 block. Gabby Williams, 11 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals. Skylar, 11 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and the game winner. What you gonna do with that? I already said Sky played well at first and then folded the third quarter every single time. Tulip says, good to see Ray back. And Van Loo. Oh, yeah, Van Loo was there. Valks did her dirty. Yeah. Valks fired her after she wins a championship with Germany. Instead of celebrating with her team, she has to fly back because, she wants to get back to her team because, it's over. Rushes to get back. As soon as she lands, they say, oh, hey, by the way, we're not going to keep you. Kind of crazy, right? It's the business, but that's kind of crazy. So now she's pissed. She was like, I didn't get to celebrate with my team. I didn't get to celebrate with my friends and family. We worked so hard to get here. I rushed back to be with the team that I think I'm a part of, and then I get the boot. Now, Belgium, I'm sorry, Belgium, not Germany. You're right. Satu and Niara is Germany. Belgium, my bad. But I do all this, try to get back to my team. Now, understand when you leave a team and you don't have a protected contract, you might lose your job. I mean, that's just the business of W. It sucks, but dang, tell the girl while she's over there, like, let her celebrate and then call her, be like, hey, there's no need for you to rush back because you don't have a spot anymore. Like, don't make her fly all those hours to come back to tell her that you kicked her off the team. That's kind of crazy. Thank you, Tulip. Jaletta said, I had to get off your TikTok. I went in defense mode. It's too many. It's too many of them. I got over 100 comments. It's too many. You can't you can't fight it. It's just too much. Then we had Phoenix and Dallas, dog. Phoenix and Dallas. These rookies. They had 4 rookies. 4 rookies in Yeru, I think, started the game, if I'm not mistaken. Isaiah James, JJ, Paige, and Guy Sasota. Is that how you say it? Galsasota? Complete annihilation of Phoenix in that first half. Zaza had 20 points in the first half. Zaza act like she was playing blacktop basketball. Like there were no rules, no regulations. You just go out there and hoop. Zaya was like the passes, the cuts, the shots, the threes. Like it was just seamless. And when she wasn't doing it, JJ, you can't catch JJ. JJ is speeding down the lane, driving to the basket. And then when you don't have them two, then you get Paige, turnaround jumpers, hands all in her face, shooting threes from half court. Like it was really crazy. It was really crazy for them to take down the number 3 player, the number 3 team in the way that they did in that first half. Now, second half, they kind of lost it a little bit. They allowed Phoenix to come back because I knew Phoenix would come back. Phoenix came within, I want to say 2 points, something like that. Then Dallas got back in the game. But that first half, dog, listen, those rookies, they didn't know what to do with them. It was like literally pick your poison. You can't, like Satu trying to guard, she can't. AT trying to catch up, she can't, which is crazy. Sammy trying to shoot 3, she can't. I don't know what was going on with Phoenix, but those rookies, oh man, the way that they went at Phoenix, it almost looked like Phoenix was shell shocked. Like they didn't know what to do, what was going on. It was like, this was not on our scout report. Like who? Isaiah James, what? Don't she come off the bench? What do you mean? Like it almost was like they were not prepared for that pace, for those shots, for the way that they were moving around the ball. Like it was crazy. And then to see the vets on the bench, just almost tears in her eyes. Like, look at our rooks tear this team up. It was really good. It was a really, really, really good game. I like the Valks on the court, but their player management has been overly ruthless. Wings did it with 6-7 healthy players. Embarrassing loss for the Mercury. Yeah, your rule was getting in there too. Like they did well. Hey, Key, thank you for being here. Just popping in real quick to say hi, and I hope you're enjoying your Friday. Thank you, Key. I appreciate you for always being here. But yeah, that was such a good game. Really, really good game to watch. And then the last game, I didn't finish watching it, but Minnesota and Washington. Minnesota beat the Washington Mystics 92-75. Washington was led by Olsen, who had 19 points, 1 rebound. Aaliyah Edwards had 15 points off the bench, 6 rebounds. Shakira Austin had 10 points, 5 rebounds. Kiki was very quiet this game. Sony was kind of quiet this game. Minnesota, though, Fee 28 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 2 block. I mean, again, the lady is, not only is she efficient, she just fills the stat line. Atlanta Smith, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Kayla McBride, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Courtney Williams, 10 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists. I hope they tire themselves out so when they play us on Sunday, we have a fighting chance. Us, I mean Chicago. Like, I really want us. We play Minnesota. We have 7 games starting on Sunday, 1 through 7. We have 4 games. 4 of those 7 games are against Minnesota. One of those times is back to back. Bananas. So we ain't got no choice but to see what happens, because it's nothing we can do. Big Girl says AT was so mad she started trucking people in the lane. These rookies gave her hell. Key said, I heard I got to go back and catch the playback of that game. Dallas Rooks went off. Oh, they went off. Watch the first half for sure. Because that first half, the second half too, but the first half was just like perfection. Like they couldn't miss. Tulip says now the ones they waived are doing everything to keep. What? What are you saying, Tulip? All right, that is it. Finally on the scores. What do I got next? I think I got some news around the dub. Yeah, so let me move. I'm gonna have to make it smaller. The Commissioner's Cup was played on Tuesday, and the Indiana Fever wiped the floor. Literally wiped the floor with Minnesota. I, again, did not watch this game, but the way that Minnesota performed, very similar to the way the Aces performed, very similar to the way that Seattle performed when they only had 27% field goal percentage. At one point, Minnesota was in like 28%. I have never seen that from Minnesota. They ended up with 34.9%. But Atlanta Smith led with 15 points. Collier, 12 points and 9 rebounds. Courtney Williams, 11 points, 4 rebounds. And then that was it. That was it. In double digits, that was it. They shot 34, like I said, 34.9%. Fee had 33.3%. They shot 25% from 3. Turnovers, they had 16 turnovers. When I was watching this play-by-play, because I was at dinner, that was my dad's birthday, I didn't understand what I was looking at. I didn't understand why. Why were we... Why were they turning over the ball so much? Like what was going on? Indiana waxed them, headed by the MVP of the Commissioner's Cup, Natasha Howard. She had 16 points. Let me make this bigger for y'all. Get back in frame. She had 16 points. Can I get it? 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. Sophie Cunningham, 13 points, 7 rebounds. Aaliyah Boston, 12 and 11. Also 6 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. Kelsey Mitchell, 12 points. Arian McDonald, 12 points. They shot 42% from the field, 42 from 3. Like, what? I'm not gonna lie, I did not expect Minnesota A, to lose, but B, to lose like that. I did not at all expect it. It was very okay, why you don't wanna there we go. It was very unlike Minnesota. I don't know what the hell was going on. I don't have words. I don't know. It was crazy. Hey, Adrian. Hey, Jay. When do they pick the teams for All-Stars? They pick them on Tuesday. I think they said. I have to look at the dates, but I believe it's Tuesday. Or maybe, no, it has to be this week because next week is the All-Star game. But yeah. Key says, run those likes up. Yes, y'all, run those likes up, please. I don't know how many likes I have right now, but it'd be great if y'all ran them up for me. Thank you, Key. Gilletta says, Fee should not have played, but the refs were not giving calls to the Lynx. Fee was so mad, she looked like she wanted to cry. The Fever was playing bully ball. Listen, I don't know, but they whooped up on them Lynx. I was not expecting that. Gilletta says Kathy was in the building and told the refs what to do. Ugh. Kathy's always in the building doing something. All right, some more news around the dub. who got player of the week? Despite, because these were named, they named players of the week on Tuesdays before the rest of the week is over. So for the week, last week, technically, the week that I'm covering, but they take away some days that I add on. Players of the week were Angel Reese and my girl, A'ja Wilson. People hate when I say big A, little A. As a matter of fact, hold on one second while we talking about that. I'm back. I don't know if y'all saw my video earlier today, my unboxing, but in honor of the players of the week, as you can see, we got Funko Pop Angel Reese and Funko Pop A'ja Wilson. These just came in the mail right on time. Boom and boom. Shout out to the players of the week. Angel for the week, and she had a phenomenal week. I also want to say I read an article on ESPN, a little blip about Angel. They were talking about who they would pick as reserves for the All-Star. And one person wrote about Angel being picked as one of the reserves for the All-Star game. And I don't think since Angel got drafted have I seen a strictly positive anything wrote about Angel. Like they'll say some positive stuff about her, but they always threw in ridiculous claims. Somebody was writing last season when she was getting all her double doubles. They were saying like, although she broke the record for double doubles, blah, 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 her off court antics. What off court? What are we talking about? Or they'll say she's, and they always throw her field goal percentage in there. They weren't doing that to anybody else, but they will always lead or end with that. I was pleasantly surprised to read this article, and the only thing they said was, although Angel had a slow start beginning of the season, everything else was good. They talked about her facilitating. They talked about her passing. They talked about her court vision. They talked about her basketball IQ. They talked about her finishing at the basket and that getting better. They talked about her scoring. They talked about so many good things. I said, wait, is this ESPN or who am I reading? Because that's not what they do. Hold on, my dog just escaped. I was literally shocked and appalled. I didn't believe what I was reading. I was like, whoa. So shout out to Angel for changing minds. I don't know. But Angel for the last week, according to the W, 19 points. This is an average. 19 points, 17 rebounds, 2 assists. She also had she averaged about 5 assists during that time too. They didn't put that on there. But she did. And then A'ja, 23.3%, 23.3 points, 10.3 rebounds, 2.5 blocks. So shout out to the Eastern and Western Conference Players of the Week. That is, I think they said that was A'ja's 24th Player of the Week, and this was Angel's second Player of the Week. So shout out to them. Also, a couple of other not little, but some things. Player of the month was also released. Let me take my banner off real quick. Give me the likes, y'all. If y'all like the show, go ahead and subscribe. If you like what you see, give me the likes. Both of them are free. Hook a sister up. Player of the month was for the East was Alicia Gray. This is the second time in a row. Like, she has never in her almost 10-year career, has never been named player of the month. I think not even player of the week. And this season, she's been named player of the week, I want to say couple times. And now she's been named player of the month twice. 18.2 points, 5.6 rebounds, 3.7 assists. And then Fee, there's no surprise there, player of the month, 22.9 points, 8.9 rebounds, 4.1 assists. So shout out to those players. We're going to shorten it because we got more. Also, we had Rookie of the Month. So last month, if you remember, for June, for May, it was Kiki. Kiki came in like a wrecking ball, came in doing big things. She was Rookie of the Month. Then Paige said, hold on. I'm here too. Paige came in, got Rookie of the Month for June. 21.6 rebounds, 21.6 points, 4.1 rebounds, is that a 5 or 6? Y'all, I got glasses and still can't really see. 5 assists. Shout out to Paige. Woo-hoo. Yeah. Go Paige. And then Coach of the Month, I don't think it's any surprise. They gave it to Natalie Nakase for Coach of the Month because the Valks are doing something nobody thought the Valks would do. And that's have a winning record as an expansion team. They have a 7-4 record, 82.1 points per game, 3 wins by 24 points or more. I would say I'm surprised. I didn't think Valks would be doing what they're doing, and they're doing it. So shout out to Natalie, a former Aces coach. I don't know what's happening to the other 2 coaches. I don't know what's going on with Tyler and Becky. Tyler seems to be coming up a little bit. Becky's struggling, but shout out to Natalie for winning Coach of the Month. All right, Tulip says Fever were the better team that night. I ain't putting it on the refs. Fever looked good without Golden Girl. Jaletta says the teacher and the student. That's right. Big Girl said I ordered mine today. The Funko Pops, okay. They're cute is what Jonathan said. Big Girl says I'm expecting Angel to get a triple double against the Lynx. I hope so. I'm waiting for Angel to get her 2020 game. It's been brewing. It's been brewing for a minute. It's time for that 2020 game. She deserves it. Also, she said I thought Kiki was going to dethrone Angel, but she digressed quickly. Yeah, a lot of people was coming at Angel's neck saying how, Kiki was this and that. And I don't like to pit players against each other. I think Kiki is doing great, especially as a rookie, helping to lead that team. That's a rookie-led team. I mean, you do have Brittany Sykes there, but her and Sony have been doing some great things over there in Washington. But people were talking slick. About my girl Angel, trying to throw Kiki in her face. And right now, Angel's improvement and Angel's trajectory is a little bit, is on the up and up. And that's what's kind of getting the attention now versus what Kiki is doing. Kiki has been quiet. So I just say, let them play. Let them 2 play. Don't do no comparisons because it might not come out the way you want it to come out. Okay. Let's just keep it at that. Big Girl says 2010, I'm waiting. Oh, that's going to be a beautiful day. Yes. Every time someone tries to pit a player against Angel, she shuts that ish down real quick. Facts. But yeah, I think Angel typically, historically, Angel does well against Fee. And typically, I don't think they're going to have Camilla because Camilla has a game. She still if they won tonight, I think they're getting ready to go into the finals, or they may have one more game. They play Minnesota on Sunday. I don't think Camilla's going to be back for Sunday. She will be back for the other 3 games they have against Minnesota. But typically, Camilla plays great against Minnesota as well because they don't have anybody on the inside to really battle her. So she pretty much does what she wants to them. So I think even without Camilla, I think Chicago has a good chance. I think Angels defense of Fee, you can't stop Fee, but you can kind of hold her under her average from time to time. And I think Angel is a person that can do that. Hopefully we can have a lot of production from Angel as far as her getting her points and her rebounds. And hopefully, hey, let's get another triple-double. She's been close. She's been close for a while. So I think she can do it. Big Girl says, do you think Candace throws shade at Angel? So being honest, I don't know, I was moving my thing here. I didn't watch that clip, and I didn't watch it on purpose because I'm going to say this. As a Reese, y'all know how I feel about Angel. Angel's my girl. I go to bat for Angel, right? But sometimes us Angel fans can be hypersensitive to anything that's said about Angel, right? I just think sometimes we are. And sometimes it's not like that. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not like that. But for me, Candace, whether Candace gives praise or doesn't give praise to Angel, I don't care too much because I know what Angel can do and I know what Angel's potential is. And some vets are just like, I don't even know. I don't want to say easily impressed. I don't want to say that, but it's just sometimes they're just not going to gush over certain players. Now, the argument was that I guess she had all these compliments for Caitlyn, but couldn't find the words to compliment Angel. I don't know. I didn't watch it. So I don't know. But I also know there's a allure, there's a draw, I don't know, to Caitlyn that people just really like. Compliments are always there for her. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people feed into all the negative stuff that is said about Angel to where they start to believe some of it, or they think it, or that's the first thing that comes to mind because that's what they're fed all the time, even though none of it is really true. I think they kind of hold Angel to a different standard, and I know they do because how she's treated in the media and on social media and all this other stuff. So I just think that she ain't really thinking that much into it to realize that maybe it does look shady. Maybe, you are, subconsciously not, even though you're not doing it on purpose, it's like a bias there that has been formed in your mind. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm gonna give Angel all the praise every time. I'm gonna give her the biggest congratulations every time. I criticize Angel too. I'm not one of the people that don't. Like, if she needs to work on something, she needs to work on something. But I'm not gonna beat her down. Definitely not in public because she gets enough of that. But I'm not one of those people that's not a realist that thinks that nothing Angel does is bad or she needs work. But I also don't feed, like, it's so much negative stuff around Angel. I don't feed into that. Like, I'd rather you just not talk about Angel. You know what I'm saying? Like, just if it pains you that much, or if it hurts you that much to compliment her, just don't say nothing. Just glaze over the question. I don't know, but you're never going to satisfy like the hardcore Angel fans anyway. But I don't know. I didn't watch it. I don't feel no way about it. I mean, what Candace did for basketball and the player that she is, none of that erases for me. She did, she's the GOAT for a reason, but I don't mean I have to agree with everything she does or says. And I just didn't look. I didn't want to look or watch it to form an opinion because I just don't care. I don't care that much about what I don't care that much about what they say about Angel. You know what I'm saying? Even Lisa Leslie, who loves Angel, and she's one of the ones that really is vocal about Angel and her ability and what she can do. But sometimes I think Lisa says some out of pocket stuff too that I don't agree with, but I just go about my day. I'm a fan and I'm always support Angel, whether there are vets that do or don't. But I also think sometimes we as fans just read a little bit too much into stuff, and everything doesn't have to be a shady comment or look how she looked at her. I'm not looking at that. I don't care that much about that whole thing. I honestly don't. Jaletta says Angel will show you better than I can tell you. Yeah. Angel, she lets her game speaks for herself. Banji Baby says Candace is shady in general. And she could be one of those people that she's going to be shady to everybody. I don't know. I don't follow Candace off the court or anything outside of what I've seen her play in the W. I haven't really followed her outside of that. And I just don't give that much of attention. Jonathan says, well, if Candace doesn't want to praise Angel, that's fine as long as Angel continues to shine. Is all that I care for. Yeah, not every great or whatever you want to consider a GOAT is. Some of them, I'm not going to say they jealous or bitter. I'm not going to say that, but some of them just they want to see more. They want more proof. I don't know. And sometimes they're just not as impressed until you look down their career and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, they really were that person that everybody said they were. I don't know. I don't have time for that. I'm here. Shout out to Angel, the Barbie. That's what I'm here for. That's it. I don't care about what other people have to say about her, negative or whatever. Next up, speaking of Candace, this is a very weird transition. Because I didn't know this was next. Candace had her jersey retired. The Sunday that Angel went off for those 24 points, 11 points in the fourth quarter, willed her team to win. She had one of her best performances in front of Candace Parker during her jersey retirement. And, again, that doesn't take away from Candace's game. She was a phenomenal player while she was with the Sparks, got a championship. That's where she came in, being the MVP and Rookie of the Year in the same year. Nobody else has done that. So you got to give her props. Her jersey is also being retired. Is it this month? I think in a couple of weeks in Chicago. Also, Allie Quigley's jersey is being retired on the 9th in Chicago, if I'm not mistaken. It's either the 9th or the 6th. I think it's the 9th. I might have my dates mixed up. But they got a lot of jersey retirements going on. But it's funny. I talked about Candace, and that was the next the next slide. And then another announcement that was made was we got three more cities for the W coming by 2030. You got Cleveland, Detroit, and Philadelphia, 2028, 2029, and 2030. They didn't name, I don't think they put the names out there, but I think they're leaving Cleveland Rockers as it is. I hope they bring back Detroit as the Detroit Shock, because that's who they were there. And then I don't know what they're going to name Philadelphia, but kind of exciting, but also kind of can we expand the rosters? We're getting all these teams, and that's amazing. That's 36 more spots for women, at least 36 more spots. But can we get some more roster spots on the actual teams? Can we go to 15? Maybe at least. Can we try to do that? As we're expanding, or just don't expand for a little bit and let's expand the rosters. That would be awesome. But shout out to Cleveland, Detroit, Philadelphia. Also kind of disappointing that we don't have any Southern teams. Can we get Houston Rockets back, or can we get, I mean, we put in a bid. Austin put in a bid for a team. We didn't make it. I would love a Southern team where I can actually go to the games and like actually go and be there and then be able to come back home without driving 2 to 4 hours. That would be great. I would love to be a season ticket holder of a game. Of a team. I have nothing near me. Dallas is the closest, and that's like 3.5 hours away. Everyone else I have to fly. And I, as a WNBA fan, and have been a fan since 1997, I'm a little disappointed that we don't have a team near me. I'm kind of upset about it, but it is what it is. So shout out to Cleveland, Detroit, and Philly. I hope y'all enjoy your teams. And then All-Star is coming up. We kind of already talked about this. The captains, we didn't talk about this particularly, but the captains were named. It was the top two vote getters, Fee and Caitlin. Now, I heard that Paige actually had more votes than Caitlin, but I think because they did East-West or something like that. I'm not really sure how they did it. Caitlin ended up getting it, but Paige did have the record for the most votes for a rookie. So she was named a starter, which is on the next slide. But shout out to Team Collier and Clark. I think, like I said, on Tuesday during some program on ESPN or some, no. Yeah. Tuesday, they're going to show the draft or report on the draft, however they pick whoever they're going to pick. That's going to happen this week, if I'm not mistaken. And then the starters on the team, as you can see there, we got Paige, Aaliyah Boston, Alicia Gray, Sabrina, NECA. Well, welcome back. My dog just came in here, busting through the door. Satu, Stewie, and my banner's in the way. I can't see the last person. Who is that? Who? I can't see. Oh, duh, Asia. Asia. These are starters, and they are going to officially name the reserves that the coaches voted on Sunday. But like some people were saying, like the list got leaked or something. I don't know, or it might be posted somewhere. But we'll find out who is going to round out the teams, and then they're going to pick who's going to be on each team. Should be very, very interesting. And then a couple of other notes before we get out of here. I can't, y'all know I got to give it up for the Barbie. During last week, Angel broke another WNBA record, as if she hasn't broken enough. This time she broke the record of having 4 straight games with 15 plus rebounds. If y'all remember last season, Angel broke a record for the most 20 rebound games in a row. I think she had 3. Nobody had done that in the W. And then I think she tied with Shaq or somebody in the NBA. Then she tied the record. Either tied or broke the record when it was 3. Then she broke her own record and made it 4. They put up some kind of crazy graphic that Angel has broken her own record like 3 or 4 times already on different things. The girl is back. It's so crazy to me. It's so crazy to me that the W has been around now for 28 years. And to have Angel come in, and she's not the only one breaking records, but for Angel to come in and literally shatter these records that have been around since 2000, since 2017, since 2004, since 2020, like just all over the board. Angel coming in, not even at this point, she's played a full season because, she didn't finish her season last season. She missed 6 games. At this point, she's played an equivalent of a full season and like some change. For her to come in, not even play 2 full seasons yet, and to break all these records that she's breaking. So now when these new rookies come in, your Kiki's, your Lauren Betts, your, who else is coming in? Kiki Rice's, whoever, all these new rookies that are going to be coming in eventually. They're going to be essentially in the running to break Angel's records. Like not a vet that's been in the game for 10, 15 years. A person that has only played a season and some change. These people are coming in striving to break records of a person that has only not even been here 2 years. It's crazy. It blows my mind that she's in the history books this way. But shout out to Angel for that. And then again, shout out to Angel who this what really blows my mind. Angel is the only player in WNBA history, in 28 years, not one player has ever averaged a double-double for their career. Not one. In 28 years has any player averaged a double-double. Double-digit points, double-digit rebounds, or double-digit assists, or whatever the double-double is. Is that not crazy to y'all? 2025. This girl's, it's bananas. She's averaging right now for her career 13.2 points, 12.9 rebounds. Also, last year, she broke the record for averaging the most rebounds per game. Like, obliterated the record. I think the record was like 11 something. And she was averaging 13.2, I think. Crazy. Shout out to Angel. That's my girl. Last but not least, shout out to JC Sheldon. She is with the company. It's either Holo or Hulu, HOLO. This is a company where she has her own signature. She will have her own signature shoe line. But I saw the shoes today, and they look familiar. Do these not? And no shade. Do these not look like the Engine A's to y'all? I should have pulled up a picture of the Engine A's. Let me pull up. Y'all know the shoes that Angel wears. Let me see. Dang it. I'm not going to be able to. Let me see. I'm just going to go to the site. Because I know I have it somewhere, but I don't feel like trying to dig for it. They kind of look like the Engine A's to me. Very similar. Let me see. Engine A. Okay. I'm going to share my screen real quick. I don't know. Can y'all see that? Let me take that away. These don't look like those don't look like uh those shoes to y'all. Do these not look like those shoes? Now I don't know who had the design first, but these look really similar to each other. To me, that's me. I don't know. I'm just saying Hulu or Holo or whatever. Now they don't look the same to the side. Oh, y'all didn't even see that. Sorry. Here we go. They don't look the same to the side, but look. Let me change the picture back because I didn't realize I hadn't changed it so y'all can see it. These don't look similar to those to y'all at all. Do they not? Especially this one right here. Don't that look kind of similar to those? The tongue and everything, right? Crazy. Crazy, right? Like I said, from the side, they don't have the same design. It's slightly, not slightly, it is different. That's the side of the shoes compared to what these look like. But I saw that design. I was like, man, those look real the same to me. I don't know, but shout out to JC. These are her shoes. They look comfortable. They really do. They look like a comfortable shoe. It just looked like, as soon as I saw them, I'm like, that looks like the Engine A. But it is what it is. Shout out to Hulu, or whatever the name of that the company is. But JC got her own signature shoe. They're sponsoring her, and I think that's awesome. So let me see what the comments say before we get out of here, because the fireworks are starting to go off. I feel like Leash is going to go off. I think so too. She did last season. Jonathan says, J-Spot, I noticed that schedule you posted on X. That is very weird for Kathy to have a Sky schedule that many times against the Lynx and so close together. She's terrible at her job. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about the W wanting to see Chicago play against Minnesota, because if you look at the preseason, we play Brazil, and then our next two games were against Minnesota. So I don't know what it is. Maybe they bring ratings. Maybe she just enjoys it. I have no idea. But it is crazy that we play them so close together like that. Banji Baby said people in that era get mad because people weren't watching them the way they're watching Angel and Caitlyn. Maybe. I don't think that, I don't know if that's the reason or not, but I just think some people just they don't care like we care. You know what I'm saying? Yep, I got a pair of them, the Pretty Gritties. How do they feel, Banji Baby? Tell me. Because they look really, really comfortable. How do they feel? Because I want to get some, but I can only order them online. So I'm kind of skeptical. I can't speak because my nose is stuffed up. I don't know if I want to get them because I want to make sure they're the right size. I said it. Jonathan says those shoes are actually nice. Jadia, is that how you say that? Jadiga? 100%. We can't see them. I know. I realized that y'all couldn't see them. Nope, can't see it. The tongue. Y'all say the tongue is what kind of matches. Yes, they do look like Angel shoes. Or maybe she realizes that Angel Reese versus Nafisa Collier are the real rivalry, not her and Caitlyn. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't tried them on yet, but I will when I get home Sunday. Oh, okay. You haven't tried them yet. Reeboks have typically, for me, any Reeboks that I've gotten, they've always been really comfortable. So I'm assuming they just look like a comfortable shoe to me. I'm assuming they might be good, might feel good. It's Angel versus Fee, unrivaled battle. Will Fee ever get her lick back? I mean, I enjoy it. But I'm just for our record's sake, Chicago, we're just starting to get our groove. We haven't won more than 2 games at one time yet. And it just is crazy that we have to battle the number 1 team, even though when they made the record, or maybe when they made this schedule, they didn't know necessarily that Minnesota would be the number 1 team. But it's just crazy that we have to play them so many times. When we go to August, we're playing the Aces that way too. Now, thank goodness. I mean, Aces is my team too, but thank goodness the Aces just aren't playing that well. I don't know how they're going to be in August, but I feel a little bit better us playing the Aces and getting more wins than I do with Minnesota. I just don't want us to lose. Like, we're on a roll, and I have to do the big boss 2 games, the big boss, another game, and then the big boss again. Like, I feel like it's a lot. It's a lot to take on. And I just don't know how they're going to do. But, I got to believe in my team. And because I believe in my team, I'm going to say that I think we can pull out some wins. I think we can do it. So I think that's the end. It's getting dark. So I'm sure y'all want to go out and do the fireworks with your families, if that's what you do. I'm about to go back into the living room and finish watching the Minnesota game that I didn't finish, and see what that one was about. But don't forget to give me the likes. If you're not a subscriber and you like what you've seen today, give me the sub. I appreciate you all. Trying to see if there's anything coming up that I need to let y'all know about. I don't know. I was on vacation this week. Next week I go back to work, so schedule's going to be all over the place yet again, but I will be back next week at some point. You can always catch me on my pop-up lives. I'm on my phone doing lives, doing random stuff like checking the mail or going to the gym or cooking or whatever, or just sitting in my living room because I want to talk to y'all. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Turn on those bells. We have some games tomorrow. Oh, what I didn't show y'all, which I forgot to do, well, I'm just going to do right now, is show y'all where we are with the standings really quickly before I head out of here, and show what games are coming up. So if y'all can see, I want to add, this time I remembered to change it over. This is what we're looking like. So Minnesota is 15-2. They are the number 1 team. New York is at number 2 because they won last night. Before last night, Phoenix was number 2, but now New York is number 2 at 12-15. Phoenix is number 3 at 12-6. Then you have Atlanta Dream at number 4 at 11-7. Seattle has the very same record at number 5. Golden State Valks are part of the over 500 club, sitting at number 6 with 9-7 record. Then we have the Indiana Fever at number 7 at 9-8. We have the Aces holding on to that last playoff spot. If the playoffs were to end today, the Aces will make it, but they would be at under 500, which is crazy. They're at 8-9. Then rounding out the bottom, we got Washington Mystics at 8-10. We got Dallas Wings at number 10 at 6-13 because they won last night. Had they lost, Chicago would still be number 10, but Dallas won. They have a slightly higher win percentage with 6-13 because they play more games than us. Chicago is sitting at number 11 at 5-11. The Sparks are sitting at 12 at 5-13. And Connecticut Sun is at the bottom with 2-15. Now, even though these are horrible records, they are, but they're so close. Between probably number 7 and 13, like all it's going to take is a few wins and a few losses from some teams, and all this whole thing could be shaken up. Maybe not with Connecticut, but with probably LA on up, things can happen. Some things can happen. Some things can be shaken up. We're just going through the first third of the season. I say the first quarter of the season. We still got, a bunch more games to go. We got 44 games this season. So it's anybody. I'm not counting anybody out yet. We saw what happened last season. Washington Mystics were at the very bottom. Took them forever to get their first win, and then they picked up at the right time. Some teams started losing, and what do you know? They were like literally right there, almost making a playoff spot. So anything could change, anything could happen. And then as far as the games, so where we at? I really hate the W page on these schedules because it's literally takes forever. We don't have games today, but tomorrow, I'm still in June. Tomorrow, there is the Sparks at Indiana. That's at 6 o'clock Central my time. And then we have Valks at Minnesota. That's going to be 7 o'clock my time. That means Minnesota has a back-to-back. Hopefully, they're tired and we can really do our thing. Sunday, we have Storm versus New York starting at 12 o'clock Central time. Then we have Aces versus Connecticut. I mean, Aces, if y'all don't win this game, that's at 3 o'clock. I hope I get to see Nice go up against Asia. I would love to see that. And then you have Chicago Sky versus Minnesota Lynx. So we will cover these games as we'll recap them next week. If I can jump in and recap them the night of, I can sometimes. It just depends on my schedule. But yeah, that's what we have going on. So that is it. That is all I have for y'all today. Thank y'all so much for hanging with me. Let me make myself big. Thank y'all so much for hanging with me. I appreciate it. I was reading this last comment. The way her and Fee battle each other in Unrivaled, I think it made sense of why they scheduled them so many times. That's crazy though. It's too much at one time. For me, too much at one time. Thank you, Tulip. Make sure y'all are subscribed with Tulip as well. That's all I have. Peace out, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Happy 4th to those that celebrated. Y'all be safe. Y'all be cool. And I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out.